Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Ustad Rehan with the Sunnah Trust Foundation, and we are honored to welcome you to, like it says in the intro, a gathering of hearts of students, staff, and the families here at Sunnah Trust Foundation and the Sunnah Prep Learning Center. Every morning we have this morning assembly, and Thursdays we try to invite in the worldwide community of Muslims. So if you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube, marhaba, and inshallah we'll begin with a little bit of a reminder and an intention, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. نويت تعلم وتعليم وتذكر وتذكير ونفع والانتفاع والإفادة والاستفادة والحث على تمسك بكتاب الله وسنة رسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم والدعاء إلى الهدى والدلالة على الخير ابتغاء وجه الله ومرضاته وقربه وثوابه سبحانه وتعالى. So I want to give everyone a little bit of a behind the scenes of actually what happens when we do these morning assemblies, the live ones at least. So we have two screens up. One is for the live stream that's going out on our YouTube and Facebook pages. And then I have another screen here where I see all of our staff and our students. So we're actually in real time with our students and our staff. And so we're sharing this benefit with them and with all of you. And every morning we talk about different things. Sometimes we have student-led assemblies. Sometimes we do a reflection type of question and have a conversation on that. Sometimes we talk about matters directly related to the deen. And sometimes we talk about science. And we have all of our students participating all together. We have from kindergarten all the way through high school participating, and everyone gets a platform. If they have something to share, they have equal opportunity to share. So likewise, if you have any questions or any comments, you can share those as well. And if you are not following us on our social media or on our newsletter, we encourage you to do that as well. We're actually starting a new feature in the upcoming newsletter where we're going to be answering questions from parents or young adults. And hopefully there's barakah and benefit in that as well, inshallah. And if you'd like to learn more, please visit our website. Having said all of that, I just wanted to, for myself and my family and my children and the students that we have here, as well as the staff, offer a little bit of a reminder as we approach the days of Ramadan. And the reminder is that we not neglect Sha'ban as we approach Ramadan. And interestingly, I'm actually traveling next week, so I thought a really good metaphor for the month of Sha'ban is like the traveler who's packing for a trip and a destination that he is or she is very hopeful for, really excited about visiting and seeing all of the amazing things. And Ramadan is like a place that you visited before, but every time you visit, you may see or experience new things. And so it's a trip that we make every year with Allah's permission, but it's something that we should always be excited about in terms of the opportunity and what we might experience and what we might see inwardly and outwardly in those blessed days. But in order to do that successfully and safely and achieve, maybe their greatest potential in the month of Ramadan, Allah is required in Sha'ban inwardly and outwardly. And at minimum, it's that we acknowledge that the month of Sha'ban is here. We acknowledge the merits and the benefits of Sha'ban as well. And among those benefits is that we have blessed nights in the month of Sha'ban as well, including one, I believe, that will fall on next Thursday after Maghrib, the 15th of Sha'ban. And there's a lot of, mashallah, scholarly information that you can read about that. But it's a blessed night. It's a night in which Aisha radiallahu anha found the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the Jannat al-Baqi, the cemetery there, with hands raised, pleading for forgiveness for the ummah of his and of the Muslims. So among the things that are clearly indicated in that hadith and in that night is the importance of beseeching Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and not just perhaps in that night, but throughout the month of Sha'ban, to begin the process of beseeching Allah, asking Allah with open heart and open hands in your dua, increasing in your practice of dua and your asking of dua increasing or expanding in what you ask for in your dua, perhaps including a kind of a formula where you mention more people or more things that are meaningful and beneficial. So getting in the habit of making a dua, getting in the habit of expanding the dua, and beginning that process, and inshallah have it continue through the month of Ramadan. But that's a really good entry point even for children, in particular. Maybe they're not able to fast, maybe they're not able to pray all of their prayers because of their age, but certainly dua should be taught as soon as possible, including all of the other acts in terms of Quran and other acts of ibadah. But dua is something that they can feel like it's easy entry point that they're accomplishing. They can say it in however many words in whatever language that they need. And they can also feel the action of that ibadah in terms of raising their hand. So there's a lot of kind of psychosocial, emotional, and spiritual benefits to teaching young children the habit of dua at an early age. And so that's one of the things that we could focus on in Sha'ban, in addition to obviously our own habit of making dua, and also increasing in our connection to the Prophet. One of my teachers shared today or the other day about increasing in your salawat on the Prophet. And then I would also add in there something that perhaps we don't think about, which is to visit the people of Allah and try to be in their company. And even if that means it's a good friend, a good brother, or a good sister with a good heart, that good company, maybe reconnecting with them and extending your hand and heart to them in these months, so that perhaps because of the barakah of that salam or that friendship, your Ramadan is secure as well. So reaching out and checking in on people, seeing about their spiritual and emotional welfare, and seeing if they may have a need, anything that you can help them address before Ramadan. And in doing so, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reciprocates that to us. He knows and He sees what we need. And perhaps before us asking any one of His creation, Allah responds to our need because of the fact that we've reached out to others inquiring about their needs. So Shaban is particularly important as we prepare for the month of Ramadan. And inshallah, this brief reminder was just to talk about that. Among the things that we mentioned is that Ramadan is like a destination that, although we visit every year with Allah's permission, it's a place that there's always something new to see, something new to experience. But in order to be able to do that fully and completely, we have to prepare and pack well. And so Sha'ban is there for us to do so. And among the things that we can pack is our habit and our practice of dua, in particularly not losing also the night of the 15th of Sha'ban, teaching young children the habit of making dua, teaching young children also the habit of and the benefits of the 15th of Sha'ban as well. And then lastly, we mentioned perhaps taking a moment to reach out to friends or family that we've been out of touch with, to check in on their welfare, on their needs, and just kind of reconnecting, particularly those among our family and friends that we know their hearts are of benefit to us and would encourage us in our outreach to them. And perhaps, and Allah knows best, in our reaching out to His creation in this way, Allah reaches out to us and responds to our needs before we have a need to ask others, inshallah. So these are the brief reminders. We may be on a little bit of a hiatus next week, but inshallah we will rejoin on these Thursday assemblies after that. Again, like I mentioned in the beginning, if you have an opportunity and you're not already following us on social media, please do so. If you are not subscribed to our newsletter, please also do that. And if you have any questions regarding the foundation and our work, in particular our full-time program, our online program, and our after-school program for kindergarten through high school, you can easily send us an email, inshallah, to do that. If you're in a position to do more, we always welcome your dua and your financial support, and you can do that from anywhere, inshallah. So with that, we ask for your dua for our students, our staff, and their families. We convey our dua and our salams for all of you, to you and your families. May Allah put barakah in your day. May Allah put barakah in your Sha'ban. And certainly may Allah put barakah in your Ramadan, inshallah. With that, on behalf of the foundation, Assalamu alaikum